Welcome back to Color Class. I'm Sarah, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing how I wear a bright, bold red lip without it looking too overpowering. Now, I am a softie, so I know it's not going to be a perfect thing because I am not one of those like super clear winters that can wear those rich, bold reds, but I love a rich, intense, clear red. So I'm going to be sharing all of my tips and tricks from makeup to hair to clothing today with you. Before we do that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Our goal this year is 100K, so we want your help in doing that. Now, let's get into the video. First thing I want to talk about, yes, could I just get a softer, more muted red? Of course I could, and make it easier on me. Yeah, I could, but I'm not going to do that. I am breaking all of the color analysis rules because I love to break rules and I love to figure out what I can do to adjust myself to be more high contrast to wear things I love. And this applies to anything, whether it's a clothing color, whether it's a lipstick that you really love, we can make adjustments to ourselves to work it in. So just like when you get a color analysis, I don't want you to go throwing away your whole wardrobe because we can bring in accessories to make things still look great. This is the same thing. We just have to make some intentional changes. The first step is pulling your hair back. I have a very warm red hair. I'm wearing a blue cool shirt today. I do have cooler eyes, so the blue is mixing with the eyes, helping them stand out a little bit more, but my hair does not work with this coloring whatsoever. So I am pulling it back. The next thing I am going to do is I am going to gel my hair. My hair is so crunchy right now. You might even be able to hear it cracking in this mic if it's that good. But I gelled this back as much as I possibly could so I can deepen my hair. If you think like, when your hair's wet and your hair gets a lot darker and deeper, that's what I'm going for. I'm trying to bring contrast in to match with that bold red lip. So getting the hair out of the way and pulling it back. Slicked buns are really popular, really great, and they bring that kind of clean girl aesthetic, which makes you high contrast. So if you want to do like a little black dress and you want to wear a bright, bold red lip, just remember to remove that soft hair out of the equation. We don't want it there at all, unless you're doing, I tried to do that like wet curly hair look. It did not work out, but I got some really great comments on how to make it work. So I'm going to try that again and see if that will bring more contrast to me. Our overall goal is to create that frame with our hair. So I'm creating a heavy, deeper, richer, more contrast frame around my face because our goal is for them to look at my face, not directly at my lips, which is still going to happen because they're these bright, bold red lips and I am very soft, including my eyes. And unless I go out and get some contacts, I still have soft eyes at the end of the day. But that perfectly leads into eye makeup. Eye makeup. I want you to give me the most intense wing liner you could possibly can. I want your brows to be super sharp at the end, your lashes to be just magnificent. I want you to go from that soft, smokier, lighter, more delicate makeup that those softies are used to wearing to intense, crisp, clear lines. So we're talking wing liners, like really intense black wing liners. You can see I have on today. My brows, I deepened heavily on the ends. My mascara, my lashes, they are intense, but it gives me more contrast to wear this red lip. And while we're talking about makeup, I also want to talk about your skin. Your skin does carry contrast. You see people that have those really radiant skin tones that like just radiate. The sun hits them, it's like beaming lights. Well, mine doesn't do that because, again, my skin is pretty soft. But I intentionally created that today. I used so much highlighter. If I were to adjust this lighting right here, you would be blinded. My highlighter is thick, it's heavy, it's under my brow, it's on my cheeks, it's on my nose, it's on my chin, it's on my forehead. It is everywhere because I'm trying to create a more high contrast look. And the same with my contour. I went heavier on my contour, on my neck, right under my cheekbones, my forehead. I am trying to bring more bone structure to give those facial features clarity. The only thing I would avoid is like matting powders. We don't want to soften your look. We want to create a little bit more structure, but don't overdo it because of course at the end of the day, we're still softies. So we want to find that happy medium. We're trying to give ourselves a little bit more clarity without looking too overdone. And that brings me to blush placement. Again, we want to stick to a blush that makes our skin tone look good. So I don't want you going out buying like some super clear brush that's going to look intense on you. I want to focus more on the structure and placement of your blush. So we're going on the cheekbones and we're creating structure. All right. We're not going too heavy just because we have a heavy lip on. We want to make it look natural, but creating those contours. We need those contours to give our face a more high contrast feel. So we've talked about makeup, colors, shades, texture, things like that. I want to get into a little bit more of the clothing color options that you should be wearing. Of course, black, the lower the neckline, the better. I wouldn't recommend white. White is going to drain some of that warmth you have to you. So I would stick to black or go with navy. So everyone can wear a navy. It looks fantastic. It pairs beautifully with a red lip. We talked colors. I also want you to be mindful of patterns. Don't go too crazy with patterns. We don't want to overwhelm. We're just trying to create a bit more contrast. But the thing that I would recommend is clean lines. So very clean silhouette lines, creating structure, giving a little bit like here we have this deepening. That's really great to help smooth that transition from your face to your top. One last thing that might be cheating, you tell me down in the comments, is accessories. So glasses. Glasses are going to be a girl's best friend in creating more high contrast look, and use your glasses. If you are a cooler, like soft summer, for example, you're probably leaning more towards those gray or charcoal glasses. For me, I am leaning towards those tortoisey colors because it helps bring in a little bit of my hair color. Glasses are a key and should be in your repertoire. Also, headbands. Headbands have become really popular and I feel like we're shifting when it comes to headbands. I have a bunch of those like thick athletic looking headbands and I would definitely use them. I prefer using my brown ones, but if for some reason I'm wearing black or something, just heading out the door, like black leggings, black shirt, just need to hit the grocery store, I will toss on one of those black headbands, give myself a little bit more contrast. They are back in style and I love that. Or you can do a very jeweled up headband, giving more contrast. So I don't know if accessories are cheating. Please tell me if they are. I'm sorry. But use accessories as your friend, even necklaces, jewelry, things like that. Mixed metals for us softies, bringing more of like a gold and diamond pairing together is perfect. Don't give up your red lip just because you're a softie, all right? You can be like me, you can break rules and have fun doing it, figuring out what works, how to create more contrast. There are so many more tips out there that I'd love to share with you, but these are my go-to everyday ones that I use. I know we're not the typical color analyst. You have to wear this, you have to wear that within your palette. No, we're out here breaking all the rules and we're figuring out how to do it with you guys here. Some of you have given me some really great tips. So if there's other things that you like to do to create higher contrast for yourself, a lot of this was geared towards more being soft and warm. So all of you cool, soft summers out there, if there's something that you do to create more contrast for cool or shades, let us know down in the comments below. All you clear winters, I am a little jealous. I will say today I decided to go with a lip stain. I didn't want to go too heavy, too clear. So I am using Hard Candy's Cherry Splash. I love this lip stain. It goes on a little bit more hydrating and you could blot it down like I did. I love this stuff and it's drugstore. I mean, I still have Ruby Woo. I still have all of my super high contrast shades. But you can't go wrong with a lip stain. It kind of like melts into your lips after a while and it looks a little bit more intentional instead of just arriving in that room before me. I know when I wear Ruby Woo, it is very high contrast. So play around with some different shades, some different reds. Clear reds are not the enemy. We just need to change a few things. We need to give it some support from us softies. We need to figure out how to support those shades using some high contrast tips. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like these, don't forget to hit that like button. I want to see you down in the comments because if you want more of these tips and tricks, I would be happy to give them to you. Just let me know. I know I have a video on like how to wear black. So if you want more options on how to completely ruin the color analysis rules, I will be happy to do that because I love to break rules. So thank you for being being here today. If you want to head on over to Patreon, we can keep this conversation going. I'd love to see you there. Link is at the end of the video or down in the description below. Lastly, I'm Sarah. This has been another color class, and I'll see you in our next video.